Hey guys, so I asked you guys on Instagram what video you would rather see, a 50 facts about me or an MBTI related video. Sorry my camera is shaky. I'm holding my phone up with my hand and it's such a sunny day. So yeah, so I'm gonna jump into a 50 facts about me. Number one, I was the only baby born in the hospital the day that I was born, or the hospital I was born in. 2, I used to put tiny colorful beads and they were really tiny, like very, very small, and I would go like this with them, and I would just hold them in my hand like that. And obviously, a little toddler doing that, first of all, I don't know why my mom allowed me to do that, but if I dropped them, I would make my mom pick them up, so she got smart and just bought like a ton of them because I was obsessed. 3, I used to bite Barbie's hands and feet, and basically all of my old Barbies, like from when I was a toddler, had bite marks on them. 4, my favorite Disney princess is Pocahontas. 5, on my 3rd birthday, I had a Pocahontas themed birthday party, and that night, I was trying to get to my jewelry box, which is on the other side of my bed, and I had a queen size bed. I still have that bed at my mom's house. And there was a baby gate on the bed because I was only 3. And so I proceeded to jump over that baby gate, and I landed on my dollhouse and broke my left arm. Okay. 6, connected to Pocahontas and getting hurt. I used to run around with my Pocahontas Barbie doll from my sister's room to my room, to my sister's room to my room. Then I went to my sister's room and I hit my head on a corner, and I don't know, you can kind of see I have a scar right here, and my dad stitched me up at home because he's a doctor. 7, I used to be deathly afraid of escalators because I thought that they would pull me under. 8, on that same token, I was very suspicious of live action characters and people that dressed up in costumes, to the point that my mom hired a Barbie impersonator on my 5th birthday, and I hid. Okay. Sorry, I have them all written down. 9, I always was irrationally afraid of the witch from Snow White when I was little, and I had this tiny little figurine that I used to make my dad hide every night in my closet. 10, my favorite game to play growing up was called this made-up game that my sister and I made up called Waterworld, and it would always start in my room, and then we would have to get past different levels. Like, there would be lava on the ground, so we'd have to jump on cushions or pillows, and there was just many levels throughout my house. And at the end, my dad was typically the monster that we had to defeat in order to win the game. 11, whenever I played games, I always wanted to be the leader. Nobody knows that more than my sister, and she got really annoyed because I always wanted to be the leader. 12, my favorite pretend name that I would use is Elizabeth. I've always liked the name Elizabeth, and I would always use it as my name. And that's my middle name, but yeah. 13, whenever there was a theme day at school, I would always go all out. 14, one day it was camouflage day or something like that, I think I was a senior in high school, and most people just dressed up in camouflage. I dressed up like a tree bush thingy, and that, like, the night before, I gathered a bunch of leaves and sticks and put like brown and green paint on me, or makeup, and like looked like a tree. Okay, 15. Every year for Foreign Language Week, in my high school, my French class would, I would always be the one that designed the door. And we came in second place, except for my senior year where we came in first place with a design that I made of Phantom of the Opera. 16. I used to film funny skits and music videos with my friends and my sister, and maybe one day I'll show you them. 17. I used to be nervous to speak in front of people and be called on in class until I went to college. And okay, 18. My nickname my freshman year of college was Susan Glenn, and that was after there's an Axe commercial. I don't know if it's called Susan Glenn, but that was basically because literally every time I was alone or like my friends would walk off, guys would like sit with me and they would talk to me, and it was kind of an ongoing joke. Okay, 19. I didn't have my first kiss until I was 19. 20. In college, I was an RA, or resident assistant, for upperclassmen, and most of my residents were older than me. 21. I studied abroad in China. 22. I took a 5th year of college because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I still don't. 23. Every year in college, I got to travel to Europe. 24. I caught the bouquet at my best friend Rachel's wedding. 25. With my mom and my 2 cats, Pumpkin and Fleur, I drove from Charleston, South Carolina, all the way to Seattle, Washington when I moved here across country, and we got to like see a bunch of states. So my cats have been to more states than most Americans, or really anybody. 26, getting into more different things. My favorite food in the entire world is watermelon. And I know that's kind of weird. I can definitely eat a whole watermelon in one sitting. 27, my favorite animal is a red fox. 28, if given the opportunity, I can consume an entire bottle of sriracha. I actually just had some sriracha popcorn. I'm trying to like limit the amount. I got like a huge bottle yesterday. I'm a 1/4 of the way through, which I feel like is it's pretty good for me because I typically can like I said, I can have it in one sitting. 29, my favorite color is a tie between ice blue and robin's egg blue. 30, I love very dark chocolate, or just chocolate in general. I just like chocolate. 31, my hair is naturally auburn, and I've had the same color hair since I was born. 22, despite that, in September I did balayage my hair, and I toned it like a lighter, like brighter red color. So there is some highlights still, but for the most part it's back to my natural hair color. 33, my sister and I have this eyelash disorder. I always don't remember how to pronounce it, but we have multiple layers of eyelashes. A lot of people think or ask if I have like eyelash extensions or if my eyelashes are like false or fake, but they are real, and I have long bottom eyelashes too. Okay. 34. My biggest pet peeve is when there are tags or stickers on things. I don't like it. It bugs me, and like in school, if I saw someone with a binder that had a sticker on it, I would be like, I want to get it off of it. But yeah. 35, I don't like texting, and I will typically send brief, if not one-word answers, and that is pretty across the board. If you know me in real life, you'll probably know that. And if you don't really know me too well, and you're like, why is this girl like really bad at texting, or like seems really cold? I just don't really like texting, and just not the best way to talk to me. 36, I love having people together. Like, I love throwing parties and just having my friends together. But if like the party's too big, or I don't know, I'll go off into my room and I'll sit with my cats. Like, I kind of have to have that time to just be alone in a party, even though I love people. 37, I prefer tea over coffee, but I definitely have coffee more often, which I do work at Starbucks, so. 38, I would rather sit and talk with someone one-on-one than go out in a large group. 39, I am extremely competitive in games. Anybody, again, that knows me in real life, I love board games, and I am just very competitive. So, sorry. Sometimes, like, my sister and I are very competitive too, and like sometimes when people are playing with us, they think that we're like arguing, but we're just very, very heated in our game playing. 40, my favorite season is spring, followed closely by summer and fall, or autumn. 21, I am a Leo, but my birthday is on the cusp of Leo and Cancer, so I always kind of felt very close to Cancer growing up. I actually like felt like I was more Cancer than a Leo, but growing up I definitely have come into my Leo-ness. 42, I'm Catholic and I actually am religious, but I don't really put that on other people. 23, you can always tell how the state of my mind / life by how my room looks. If it's chaos, then probably not as good as if it's organized. I like things to be clean and organized. 44, I grew 2 inches in college, and I think I stopped growing at 23. So, yep, that was kind of weird. 45, although most people think I like cats more than dogs, I actually like cats and dogs equally. And I actually slightly prefer dogs over cats, but the reason why I even like cats as much as I do is because I have the best cats in the world, and they're just the sweetest cats. And Pumpkin's a legend. He's 15 and a half. I've had him since I was 9, and like so many people have got or been inspired to buy cats. Adopt cats because of him, because he's just the best. 46, if I went to Hogwarts, my house would be Gryffindor. 47, I want to have 7 kids. I know that's like a really large number, but that's kind of the number I've always had, and I've always wanted a big family. 48, I can scream really loudly, and I would have screaming contests with friends growing up, and I would always win. Okay. 49, this is kind of a silly one, but I really like snakes and spiders, and I was never really afraid of spiders or stuff like that growing up, and I really like snakes. And I've always wanted a tarantula. And 50, this is kind of cliche. So I've studied personal development since I was I think I was 12 or 13. And I've never envisioned my life being a normal life. I've always felt like a little different and misunderstood, and I don't ever see myself doing something conventional. I may have to do that to get to where I want to be, but I try to keep a positive attitude despite like the mishaps that have happened. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope the camera wasn't too shaky. And if you have any other video ideas for me, let me know in the comments below. And thanks for watching. Bye.